Hello my students, how are you today? Welcome to our class. Today we are going to review the difference between simple past and present perfect in meaning, right? But first of all, I want you remember what is the auxiliary for the simple past? Very good. And what is the auxiliary for the present perfect? Excellent, very good. The auxiliary for the simple past is did, and the auxiliary for the present perfect is have or has, according to the subject, right? Okay, today we are going to check when do we use simple past and when do we use present perfect, right? Here we are going to see some clues in order you can recognize, right? But first of all, I want you to know that grammar has meaning. Different grammar tenses are used in different situations or contexts and they carry different meanings, right? For example, we use simple past for actions that happened in the past and is overdone finished, right? And use present perfect for actions that start in the past but is still true today. The simple past always refers to an action or situation that is finished. The present perfect connects the past and the present, and it is used to show that an action or situation in the past continues today or might happen again, right? Comparing the meanings of these two sentences, Sarah lived in Boston for 5 years and Sarah has lived in Boston for 5 years. This first sentence uses simple past and the second sentence uses present perfect, right? Sarah lived in Boston for 5 years in simple past means by using the simple past tense, we mean that Sarah started living in Boston 5 years ago and then she moved. Now she lives in a different city like Paris, right? She's not in Boston anymore, right? Okay, remember the simple past is used for a situation that is over, finished, done, right? Now, Sarah has lived, present perfect, in Boston for 5 years. Meaning, by using the present perfect tense, we mean that Sarah began living in Boston 5 years ago and she still lives there, right? Remember, present perfect connects the past with the present, okay? We use the simple past with time words like yesterday, last Saturday, week, last month, last year, etc., right? And we are going to have some expressions like ago, 5 years ago, 3 months ago, 5 days ago, or something like that. And also we can have structures like this: when I was 5, when I was a child, when I was in high school, when I was a teenager, when I was in kindergarten maybe. Or we can use dates like in 1990 or 1995 to 2021, something like that, okay? And we use the present perfect with time words like recently, lately, since, so far, this, week, month, year, etc., right? Okay, these expressions for present perfect and yesterday, last, ago, when I was, on dates for simple past. Remember that, right? Okay. Additional notes about present perfect. We often use present perfect to say that something happened sooner than expected. Example, Jan, don't forget to mail that letter. Tom, I've already mailed it. I have is the contraction I've, right? Okay, this is something that happens sooner. We often use present perfect to say that we have never done something at any time in the past. Example, I have never visited London, but someday I hope to travel there. right? It's something that never happened in the past. Okay? And we often use present perfect with the expression this is the first time. When we have these expressions, remember we have to use present perfect. Excellent, very good. Example, Leonard is nervous. This is the first time he has flown on an airplane. Very good. Remember, we use the present perfect structure. Very good. Okay. We often use present perfect with ever and never. For example, Patricia, have you ever played tennis? Of course, we are using present perfect. And Linda, no, I've, the contraction I have. I've never played before, but I would like to learn. Remember, if you are talking about a specific time in the past, yesterday, last month, ago, you cannot use the present perfect. In these cases, use the simple past. Okay? Remember that. Now the structure for affirmative in present perfect. He, she, it plus has and past participle form of the verb. And remember here we have some regular verbs. When we have regular verbs, we have to add ed, right? And if they are irregular verbs, we have to use the third column, right? Okay. And for I, you, we, they, we have to use the auxiliary have, okay? Plus past participle form of the verb. Negative. He, she, it plus hasn't or has not. Or I, you, we, they plus haven't or have not. Plus the past participle form of the verb. Right? The interrogative, we have to use has or have plus the past participle, the subject plus the past participle form of the verb. Okay, students, I hope you remember this. What is your task? Your task is to make a graphic organizer about the difference between the simple past and present perfect. Okay? Have a nice day. Bye, students.